Every family is registered here. So we have counted the number of states. We have 7 states represented. Now, if I make any mistakes, please correct me. In Nebraska, we have 2 persons, Uncle Edgar and Mr. Reese. From Kansas, we have 4 persons. And those persons, some of those persons are represented here. So will you please stand? It's me. And who are you? Zenobia Alford Washington, who is here with her husband and 2 sons. And this is Sylvester's older daughter. From California, I have listed. Now, will you stand, please, and represent yourselves?
Hooray for Southern Cal.
Now, I have listed Ellis Alford, his wife, Ruth Alford, and Vic Alford.
At the cabin.
All right.
Oh, and Wesley, and today is also Ellis's birthday.
That's it. All right. She's a bit premature, but since she said it now, and since we are on California, we're going to ask Ellis, who is also celebrating a birthday. And this is his birthday. Would you stand, please, and speak again and tell them just how young and beautiful you are?
This evening, it's indeed a pleasure to have the Mrs. Simpson.
All right. All right.
Happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ellis. Happy birthday to you. Ow, ow.
No comment.
Now, from the state of Texas, we have listed 5 persons. From the state of Texas. Where is Texas? Who would go to Texas? Pass through Oklahoma. And do we have a representative from the state of Texas? All right. Stand up, take a bow.
Second, my wife Eileen, daughter Erica, who won't play with the rest of the kids because she thinks it's wrong. Believe it or not, she's 3. There's some honorary offers from the state of Pennsylvania from Harrisburg.
Right on.
Right on, brother.
Larry and Shirley McKinney.
All right.
Join down the stage.
All right, Larry.
Hey, very glad to be here.
We're really glad to have you. Welcome to the vote. Now we're going to skip over Oklahoma because that number gets quite large. Now, from the state of Michigan, I have listed 7 persons, and I don't know whether or not I've missed anyone. Now, will the state of Michigan please stand?
Hey. Hey, Anna.
Get out there. Where's Rodney? And Rodney. Where's Rodney? Dorothy.
Rodney's the
Dorothy.
Hallelujah for Michigan.
Right on there.
Speaking for Michigan.
Speak out here. I said hallelujah for Michigan.
All right, this is the unknown Alfred Wilson, the oldest sister of this biggest clan here tonight.
Don't ask about the clan.
I don't ask about the clan. I must say here that for the generations represented tonight, Uncle Major represents one of the first generations represented here tonight. He is a brother of our father, the late Wesley Alford, whose birthday would have been July 24th, 2 days ago. Uncle Major, you just got to say something on this tape.
I'm very happy to represent the Alfords from the state of Michigan here tonight. And it's indeed a great pleasure to be here with you and with the family, the immediate family, all the surroundings of the Alford family. It is really a privilege of my life to be here tonight, to represent the 7 members of the Alford family here tonight.
Now, as I said, there are many from Oklahoma, but there is one from Oklahoma who is also of that generation. Now, if he should like to rise, we will allow him to do that. There's another one of this generation with Uncle David, with Uncle Major. Is there another?
I don't think you're that old now.
Speech. I can only say that I remained on this chair as long as possible. But it is truly a pleasure to be here tonight, and this is the first time that I have attended this type of affair. I'm truly happy tonight, and I just hope to stay around a few more years.
Right on. Right on.
You're going to have to be careful to stay here a few more years.
Now, from the state of Illinois, we have one person. She is Kimberly Smith, better known as Miss Dynamite. Now, I am becoming too much of a show, and I think that we should allow everybody from Oklahoma to stand. There are so many of us. Yes, let's all stand for Oklahoma.
Right on. Hands. Right on.
It's an idea, but I made it. Now then, we have a total of 55 persons, 4 generations, and 7 states represented at this family reunion. 4. Wow. There may be more, but my last count reveals 4. But you know how older sisters are. They know that the little one is wrong. There might be more. There are several different lines of Alford. You see what I mean? And really what I did, selfish as I am, I took our line and I started with Uncle David. Now, I may have made some errors. I may have missed some of particularly George's family because he's got more generations. But 4 or 5. Now, if they find more, will you let them put that on the tape? But now, I have used up my time for introductions. Now, the next thing on the program calls for presentations. Now, I know that there are some presentations that are prior to Iones. So those persons who want to make presentations at this time, would you please make your presentation? Seal number 2.
Well, we're burning
Do you
stuff,
want
so
your good sister to have
Which RJ you talking?
that young RJ. Oh, big RJ, young RJ.
Come on, Junior.
Come forward. Romeo Jr. Graduation from high school is first plateau, heading toward the educational stair step in life. Sylvester J. L. family presents you with this small token. Michael Simpson. Graduation from Langston University.
Hey, all right.
Hey. Langston Land from the Alford family of Dallas, Texas. Present you with this small token.
Appreciate it.
Speech. Right on, Mike. Speech.
I can only say that next time you give me a present, maybe I will have done something which you deserve better wrapping.
Well, oh, man.
I have a rebuttal. Besides the fact of paying Neiman Marcus or Singer Harris, which are local department stores in Dallas, Texas, $1.65 or whatever the wrap is. If you notice the wrapping says help wanted. And in Texas, we really don't know that there's a recession going on because we are working. That's the help wanted ad from the Dallas Times Herald. You want to venture a little further south, take a look at your rap.
It's not exactly
I'm thinking about you. Now for a gift with similar wrapping, but this says automobiles. Dr. Mrs. Aunt Simpson.
All right.
Since you with, I think you already been into it. As a man that first made the first talkies in the field of comedy once said, I present you with a little mild libation.
Libation.
Which is only a minute token for the achievement that you have made personally, the esprit de corps that you have added to the family.
Yes, all right. Hallelujah.
Let me get off into this because I hadn't planned on doing this.
Right.
Come on, Doc.
All right. We present you with this small, minute token.
I thank you so much, Sim and Darlene. And it's wonderful to get tokens from people who know exactly what you like.
And it's exactly 12 years old.
Exactly 12 years old. And those of you who will celebrate
But he
with
wrapped
me
it with a
the
curtain.
next occasion, the wrapping really doesn't matter. That's what I tell Alan every day. Think of the specimen. The wrapping doesn't matter. Now, but this is really something. Do you know that we didn't know, but we had someone graduating at every level. So we want Frankie Alford Christian, who will be receiving her master's degree in just a very few hours, to stand and tell us something.
Speech.
First of all, I would like to say that I know you all didn't know this. And I found it out about a month ago because when I applied, I didn't think I was going to graduate anyway. But I am. Carried 9 hours this summer. But I'm getting my master's tomorrow at 7:30. I'm going to graduate. And I'm awful happy. Gee, I worked hard, real hard. It's a long struggle. So I thought I would come prepared to let you all know that I've gone over.
Right on, sis.
Comes out of precious thank you, boy. And the family, on behalf of the family, wish to present him this golden watch, wish him 50 more gold and happy years.
Oh, no. Hands back.
No disadvantage, just speak.
Well, this is what I like to do most, is to talk. I got a captive audience. You get me, Junior? Okay. Okay. But with the clown that I am, even I have serious moments. And as I heard the earlier speeches, my mind started to turn in really fast. Fast-led doctor. Get that adverb right.
Well, I'm going to correct you. You've got one.
All right. I thought how good it would be if I could say something that maybe you would remember. And, my mind went back to Michigan. We met in Michigan 2 years ago in Detroit when the Frenchies entertained us. They were wild enough to invite us to their home. They won't do it again. We gave our beloved brother Freddie a gold watch on that night, and he was there with his daughters and grandchildren, and I could see in his eyes that night, I could see very well how happy that he was. And I thought perhaps if I could say anything of importance, maybe I ought to quote him in what he said 2 years ago, because I made that presentation. And after I had given him his gold watch for his 50th year, I said to him, I said, Freddie, how do you feel now? And what's it like to live for 1/2 century? How would you define it? And Freddie thought for a moment, and this is what he said. He said, well, you can always tell when a man is getting old. I says, well, how would you tell that, Freddie? He says, when your get up and get has gotten up and gone. Also, with all my dear friends and relatives here, I'm enjoying those moments now. Most of my get up and get has just about gotten up and gone. I don't move like I used to move. Well, that's one way of telling it. But I thought perhaps I'd give my spice to it, since I'm with all my good relatives, in defining old age. And I thought about it like this, and I know all of us might agree with me. And this is the way I see it. To me, old age, the adage of old age is, for a man particularly, I think you could define it quite well if you would say, brother, when your beautiful mind makes a date that your body cannot take, brother, you're getting old. All right. But in all sincerity, to all of you, I wouldn't have missed it for anything. I've said many times, if I had it to do all over again, in spite of all the circumstances, I would still be in Alford, but because to me, you all, the Alfords and your offsprings, you are the most wonderful people in the world. From me, from Louise, and from Romeo Jr., I thank you. You very much, and I wish you Godspeed in every way. So may I close by saying this. May God be with all of you. I don't know where we will meet next year, but we're going to meet somewhere. And wherever it might be, I want to see all the smiling faces that we see here tonight. So God bless you and keep you until next year, sometime in July.
More. 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 More.
More.
Oh, he got a picture of me.
The oldest sister presents that baby boy and wants him to live 50 more golden years. Amen.
I look forward to the next 50 years.
Yeah, right on. Feel like Grandpa Matt, live 100 years.
Put it on. Okay. Yeah, then what you put it on. You put it on.
Wait a minute. Wait, let me go.
Play some of my Louis in this picture.
Wait, let me get a book.
Wait a minute. Give her dang it, it's going to be a little tight for the first time. No, like this.
Okay. Let me make this statement before she takes this next picture. They've asked me about the relationship of Louise, how she's fared in 50 years. Well, if you look at her and her size, and look at me and my size, you will know that she's taken care of me.
You got it, Louise? Okay, sweetheart.
Thank you very much, Al.
Yeah, get that. Yeah, sweetheart. Here.
known as Alford.
Correctly.
Alford. Alford. I've never known one of you to have any of these offspring by yourselves. I want to hear it. Right on. I want to hear it. I want to hear from Pat down there in the room. And George, you're down there in the room. Yes, I want to hear.
And I want to hear from Alfred.
Now, should we plan to return here for the Sunday meditations? Or do you want to take a chance on the rain and then do all the calling? Let's come here. Shall we come here? Now, I'm making a plea. Really, I really am. Because the checkout time is 1 o'clock. And if we do not start at 11, it will press us to meet the checkout time. So it's a short meditation, but all of us feel that it is an appropriate way to depart from each other. And we will ask you to come on time. That means 10:45.
10:45, everybody.
If you are in the lodge by 10:45, then we will be able to start at 11.
Right in this.
In this, probably across the hall because it is large.
You know, the Alfords are wonderful people. We all know that. We've all agreed to that because we're Alfords. You agree on that.
You better agree to it.
I think Swain's a pretty good people because I married one.
Hey, brother.
Why don't my father-in-law, mother-in-law, brother Lord Swain, Mrs. Rose Swain, why don't you all this? Have our brother Swain.
Let's give him a hand.
Yeah. Who's gonna make this? I want to say
Major. I'm fixing to make one right now.
Major and Major gonna make a speech.
Okay, I'm going to make the speech right now. I just heard my brother say that the Alfords are wonderful people. And that's right. They are wonderful people. He has to say that. He has to say it because won't nobody else say it.
Yeah, I stand for the Alfords.
Now, I just want to say that I'm sure that everybody else, as I have, has really enjoyed it.
Right.
Even though we've had a few ups and downs, but we'll expect that. It could have been worse. And I hope that the next time we have this, we can all meet together and have another enjoyable time. I'm not going to say a whole lot because the time is kind of late. I'm going to turn it over here to my namesake. Now, when he comes up to speak, you listen to him. But he is not the most important major. I am.
You give that a hand. I want to say to these, to the mother and father here, I forget the name, Lord, that we appreciate their presence here tonight. And I'm sure all the Alfords is as happy as I am to be here. And we are all thrilled, and I'm over thrilled tonight and overjoyed with the pride that's been shown in the Alford family here tonight. I hope that these young people will pick up some ambitions and take the pride that has been invested here tonight in the Alford family, and I'm quite sure it'll go down in history. And I'm just ready to vote that we meet here next year. Amen. At any time, the majority say, I think that we should take a vote, because this is not only adding ambitions to our generation to come, but it's keeping the pride in the Alford family alive. Amen. And I'm praying deep down in my heart that it grows stronger. I've been over thrilled tonight. I wished I could utter my feelings. I'm not able to deliver it just as I would desire, but it's been a tremendous accumulation of pride here tonight in the Alford family, and I'm overjoyed to be here, and I'm ready to vote with the majority that we meet here on the oncoming year at the same place, and hope that we can draw a greater crowd of Alfords and build a greater pride in the Alford family that will live and never die.
Amen. All in favor of that motion, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
It seems like we got the majority already. It seems like the majority is already raised their hand. Everybody that's in favor.
Amen. And if you're in favor, you're in big trouble.
Hold your hand high so we can see. Try to take it down.
That's the majority. Majority.
Thank you. Thank you. Until in the morning.
Okay, your attention, please.
The biggest Alford is speaking now. Here. The biggest Alford is speaking now. We've talked about Alfords. We've talked about Alfords. And we've talked about Alfords. But Alan brought up a point I want to clarify. He's jumping up talking about the Alford. The Alford offsprings couldn't get here without a little help. He's right there. But you know one thing? When we speak of Alfords, we mean every dad-blasted one of you in here. I'm sorry to say. And if you didn't want to be classed in an Alford, you should have stood clear. Because once one of these Alfords get their dibs on you, you have been had. And once you are in this Alford family, and once you are accepted in this Alford family, you don't get out. And and I'm not in the habit of talking through my hat. How many years have you been hooked, brother? Count off. Okay, Maggie, how many years have you been hooked? Count off. Come on, I want some anniversaries. 32. Count off, Percy. Count off. 11. Count off, Thelma. Okay, anyway, mine's been hooked about over 30 years. So do you see what I mean? Hey. Okay. So you see what I mean? We have no in-laws. And we don't even speak of in-laws. How many have brothers? You know, we got brothers and sisters and cousins by the dozens. So, I'm sorry about that.
That all of the in-laws be made honorary.
Honorary Alford. Right on. Everybody's hand for the honorary. Right on. I knew it all the time.
And now we have some in-laws who don't have to be made honorary Alfords. He is an Alford. He happens to bear that name. Yeah.
Right.
As printed with one addition, following the blessing of family life by Violet, Mike and Emily are going to do People Get Ready. So we will begin now with Lee is at the organ, and we want you to know that Lee is not a practicing organist, but that was a portable instrument that we brought to be entertained this morning. And the song of arrival will be led by Sunshine, Zenobia, and Patty, as you see on your programs. And everything will go on as printed.
Knowing that thou hast been gracious unto us. We want to pause here for just a moment to thank thee. We thank thee for life, health, amen, friends, and loved ones. Amen. Help us to be truly grateful for every blessing. Pardon us from all of our sins. And as we prepare to depart one from another, we pray that thou would extend thy hand of guidance, that we may reach our destination safely. Through these things we ask, through Jesus Christ. Let us all say, amen.
Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving.
And make a joyful noise to the King of the song.
For the Lord is a great God.
And a great King of all.
In his hands are the deep places of the earth.
The strength of the hills is his also.
The sea is his, and he made it.
And his hands formed the dry land.
Oh, come, let us worship and bow down.
Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker.
For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture.
And the sheep of his hand.
Today, if you will hear his voice,
harden not your heart.
Chapter 3, verse 13 verse. To everything there is a season,
and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth? I have seen the travail which God hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he has set the world in their work, that God maketh from the beginning to the end. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life, and also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God. Amen.
Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord all the earth. Sing unto the Lord, bless his name. Shew forth his salvation from day to day. Forth his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the heathen and his wonders among our people. Let us rejoice, let the earth be glad, let the sea roar and the fullness thereof. Let the field be joyful and all that is therein. Then shall all the trees of the woods rejoice. Before the Lord he cometh, for he cometh to judge the earth. He shall judge the world with righteousness and the people with his truth.
Behold how good it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. A few days ago, and I am speaking literally, my baby sister called me and she said, Violet, I've been thinking it would be good for us to end our family reunion with a short meditation. And you are to speak on the blessings of family life. And naturally, I concurred. She didn't ask me, she told me. So I started thinking about what I would say. And when you start talking about family life, we have all enjoyed it. And it's very easy to think of something that I would say. But to follow it up, she called me long distance and said, Violet, do you have your notes ready? So I said, well, I guess maybe that is a good idea. I could talk all day, but I thought that there would be some things that I would want to point out. So I got on my typewriter, and I sat down, and I made a few notes. Does that make you happy?
Well spoken.
And I kept thinking, and the scripture that I just quoted kept coming back to me. Behold how good it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. If I were to ask you what your concept or your annotation of the word family is, Frankie would give me one answer. She'd probably say, my mother and my daddy and my sisters, my brothers, my aunts, my uncles, and grandpa, grandma. Someone else might say, all of my kindred. Someone else might say, all of my brethren. I'd get 1,000 answers. But I thought I would go back and kind of put this thing in perspective. I thought I would kind of point out back in biblical times where we got the concept of family life. In biblical times, a family was thought of as any group of people who were related to the head of a household. That was a family. And then later on, during the time of Judah, and when the Israelites were on their trek, it started to take in tribes, whole tribes of people. That was a family. And so we come on down, and maybe our concepts of family life change. And all of us know, many of us have lamented, all of you who are my age and older, we keep saying, what is happening to family life? Well, I don't want to brag, but I think that if we could be an example this morning, we wouldn't ask what is happening to family life. We would say, behold, how good it is. So then we would set here, we'd set up our examples, and we would be so serene in our family life, because we're happy here. And we're satisfied. We have the compassion of all of those around us. And we would just be satisfied being in this family. But we're here in this loving circle. We're here in the affection of our family. All of our blessings are shared. All of our cares are shared. And all sorrows are softened. Because it's so easy for Eileen to tell me, Aunt Vi, let me tell you what happened to me. She's glad to tell me that was a happiness. And then Lynn might come and say, Aunt Vi, I stumped my toe. So I share that sorrow with her. And that is what a family is all about. And we should thank God this morning for the love of our families. The love of family life. And we don't want to get so wrapped up that we don't stop and think about those members of our family who are not with us today. Maybe because they chose not to be, let's pray for them. Maybe because they couldn't be, let's still pray for them. Let's keep on reaching out, because that is what a family is all about. It doesn't mean just because I go to Sapulpa and visit Romeo, but there's Brother Ladd over there. He and his sick wife. Go over and reach out and touch somebody else. Because this is how we draw families. This is how we have Shirley and Larry in our family today. Right. Because Seal and Eileen have reached out, and they've brought them in. And we're appreciative of that. And we should feel deeply grateful this morning for God just entrusting us to enjoy our family life. That's a blessing itself. We derive courage, we derive security by just being here in a family gathering. When differences arise, and they sometimes do, we should stop and think about how forgiving the Lord is to us, because we have done something that we shouldn't do, and God forgives us. So why can't we go on and forgive each other? Because if He can do it, then certainly we can. He's up there, and we're all down here together. I believe one part of the scripture says that it's pretty difficult for me to love the Lord whom I have not seen. And I can't love my brethren who I see every day. So, behold how good it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. And though we are happy here in the peace and companionship of our family, there's another thought I would like to bring to us. We shouldn't forget the many neglected families around the world who are hungry, they're homeless, and they are sick. We'd like to ask today that you would pray for them. Because we don't have to go down the street to see a neglected family, but we've got them all around us. So since we have been entrusted with this lovely family life, let's spread it. You've got enough love to spread it around, so do it. You've got it. Khalil Gibran, one of my favorite poets, said, and I'm going to read this because I don't want to misquote it. It's short, but it has a lot of meaning. Love knows not its death till the hour of separation. You know, I don't know how much I love you until after you've left. And then it comes to me how enjoyable it was just being in your presence. So we're going to reach out today. That is going to be our ultimate goal as a family, to reach out. Before I make my very last statement, would you stand for just a minute? And in silent prayer for just a few seconds, commune with God in your own way. Shall we bow our heads?
A moment of silence.
Amen. You may be seated. My parting remark to you is, a song is not a song until you sing it. A bell is not a bell until you ring it. And love is not love until you give it. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. I'd like to say that the last time that Michael and I performed together was about 19 years ago. Following the service,
we're going to ask those who are young enough to sit on the floor to come in close together so we can get a few pictures. That fireplace. Now, this is what Dennis suggested, that we go downstairs when we leave here and assemble and take pictures of this beautiful, beautiful family. All right.
The end of a beautiful, beautiful experience. And I would ask, as we come to this end, that all of us would please stand. And I'd like for everybody to catch somebody's hand. Just stand, please. Now, everybody catch somebody's hand. And everybody catch somebody. Come on in, lead. Dear God, as we come to the formal end of a beautiful and wonderful experience, I would ask that you would please smile upon all of us. Those of us from the near, who are near here, and those of us who've come from far, far away. Will your blessings please ring on them that they might make it safely back to their homes and other places of living. I would ask, dear God, as we come to the end, would you please moist our hearts with more love and more kindness in order that we might be better family heads and better citizens in our own community. We thank you, God, for allowing us to assemble here. And we pray, oh God, that you will continue to be with us. All of this we ask in your kind name, because we are fully aware that we are very short. We have our shortcomings. We are aware of that. But we would ask you for strength. We would ask you for guidance. And as we leave here today, let us all say, until we meet again, God bless all of you. Amen. Amen.
Today is August the 2nd, 1975. The time is 10:24 p.m. on a Saturday night. I'm at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Wesley Alford, and I see Mr. Alford sitting beside his beautiful wife, and this is a takeoff from the family reunion and a continuation of the reunion for the Alford family to be continued through 75-76. Now we'll have a statement, we'll have a speech from Mr. Wesley Alford. I just want Wesley to talk until his heart continues to feel great. I want June to say a word if though they were there, because I understand that sickness and tragedy, crisis, and so forth has become upon them, and just because they weren't there, their son Victor
was there to stand in their presence. And from Sunday, the 27th of July, from Sunday, the 27th of July, we will continue to have the ceremonies of the Alford Reunion, the Alford family reunion. Now, Mr. Wesley Alford.
The only thing that I would really like to say that I'm very sorry that I wasn't there. But I've heard so many things from my relatives, from the Alford family. The most important thing that I heard was from two people. I hope that you really understand when I said the most important thing. When I said from two people, I don't want to separate them, because Uncle Romeo is very dear to me, and I know that his leftovers that was given to my brother, Ellis Alford, which made him stride much harder for an education. And secondly, one of my great, I don't know whether he's my uncle, grandpa, or what, from the old state of Mississippi, from the state of Nebraska.
I'll drink to that.
He brought up some very important points. As my brother and I, we was playing a couple of games of pool today.
I'll drink to that, too.
I beat him. And at the time, my Uncle Romeo said one thing. I won't quote him on this because I don't remember the exact words.
You take care of your business, I'll take care of mine.
He said, once you get old. But the statement came up behind of his age of being the younger brother in the older Alford family at the age of 52. He said, I once scouted and I lost it. But I lost it and I didn't get it. God bless you. I love you all. Thank you.
Okay, you've heard a nice presentation by Mr. Wesley Alford at his beautiful residence in Inglewood. Now we'll hear from his beautiful wife, June.
Hello, my name is June. I'm Wesley Alford's wife. And I want to say that I'm awful sorry that we missed the reunion this year, but we are looking forward to coming down next year. And I'm also very interested in meeting all of Wesley's family that I haven't met, since I am the newest Alford in the family. And I am from Texas, which I'm sure I've heard some of you were, and it would be quite interesting to meet. So until next year, I'm wishing you all had a very nice time, and I will be looking forward to seeing and meeting all of you.
Uncle Romeo, how about that? See, I have a beautiful wife, too. And in fact, I think that she's one of the most beautiful persons that ever lived. She might not be the most beautiful person, but she is the most understanding person.
I'll drink to that.
So, come next July 26th, I'll guarantee you, I will be there, one way or the other. And to my real dear aunts, and Wesleyan, and Violet, and Sunshine, and all the rest. But those three, I definitely do know. And I love you all. And we will. And I love you all. And we will be there. Thank you.
That is a quotation from my brother, Wesley Alford, and he repeated it several times that he will be there, quote, unquote. Now for a playback. Oh. Okay, this is August the 4th, Monday, 1975, and we'll have a statement from my two sisters and my brother in Hayward, California, this beautiful night.
Gee, I'm happy. My two brothers are here, and my sister is here from Oklahoma City. My nephew is here. I'm just so happy.
Ready for a playback. At this time, we will have our takeoff speech. This is Saturday night, a pretend Saturday night, which is Saturday night, and we're going to hear from my brother, Wesley Alford.
I'm here only to say that I know that my family is very religious. They have the fever. Whether you're right or whether you're wrong, we know the direction that we're going. And the most important thing is that we know where we're coming from. So I'm just starting out. Of course, in fact, I've been singing for quite a while. I'm not a beginner. I don't know that much about music, and I don't have a very, very good education. But in certain areas of certain circumstances, I can hold my own. So next time I sing to the old master will be a little greater. So I just want you to just sit back and listen of what the Alford family really had. One moment, please. Lord,
Today is Sunday, August 3rd, 1975. I'm with our 5 very beautiful children. They love school, and I have 3 girls, and 2 boys, and Alvin is someplace. And first on hand, we're going to hear from Julie.
My name is Julie, and I go to church. His name Alvin is my cousin. Chantal is my cousin, and I go to school and learn, read the book. Amen.
My name is Alford. What's your name? My name is Alford. What's your name?
Sir, my name is Larry McKinnon. I'm not a member of the family, but I'm a good friend of Seal Alford.
Right. How you doing today? This is 1976, almost.
Last name, Dennis?
Dennis Alford.
Name, rank, and seal number.
Juanita Huffman. The names of all of our relatives, Dad.
I got the book.
Betty Johnson.
Your name is Alford.
Oh, let's not tease. We want Betty and Juanita to come see us when they come by. They were related to everybody in Compton, and this is Miss Compton. We've been teaching us.
Ms. Ellis, your name?
Harry Hopkins.
Thank you. Mrs. Rose, give me your last name.
Swain.
Mrs. Rose Swain. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Lloyd, give me your last name.
Swain.
From what city?
Clearview.
How long have you lived in Clearview?
Oh, since about in the 20s.
How long have you known the Alfords?
Oh, couldn't understand to be exact.
Which is the favorite son of Emily Alford that you know?
Favorite son of Alford? Oh.
Favorite son you know is Romeo. That's our son-in-law.
Romeo, right. I'm seeing you. What city you from? Name, rank, and seal number?
Oklahoma City.
Where's the daughter?
She's in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Mike, I noticed you eating a piece of chicken. Give me your name, rank, and seal number.
Chicken ham and barbecue beef. Romeo Alford.
Romeo Alford from what city?
Sepulveda.
What?
Ardmore.
What's your name?
Mike Simpson.
Who's just standing beside you, Mike?
Hey, how you going, Alan?
Is this Alan?
Yeah, but no, you were going special arrangements, man.
What was that again?
Got one of these California celebrities in. We would have made special arrangements, you know. Let me get out of the way here, Dad.
What department you from?
Department of Consumption.
Consumption?
Consumption, man.
What city is that?
That's from the city of eating, man, because I'm going to consume today. I'm going to get
Mr. George Alford, give me your name, rank, and serial number. Make a speech.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Give me your name.
Georgette Christian.
Ain't all right? What's your name? Earl Alford. Where you from? Wewoka what? Oklahoma. What date is this? What date is this? Is it 76 or 75? 75. Oh, right on. Gary, how's basketball coming on?
Well, basketball is coming along just fine. I'd like to say on behalf of the reunion, good to see good people getting together and having a good time, peacefully.
Name, rank, and serial number.
Gary Alford, age 19.
What city?
We woke up.
I know. Leslie Alford's son, Victor. Give me your name, rank, and serial number.
Big Alford, 19, 6 foot, 185, and happy to be here.
And cool, Mr. Big. Miss Congress, where are you from? Give me your name, rank, and serial number.
Shall I give you a first County? Because I love it.
Tell it like it is. Give me a speech.
No.
What's going on?
No.
What's going on down here? This is Catherine Alford. Today's July the 26th, my birthday.
and we were just out all night.
What is my name? What? Drunk.
This is my sweet sis, Joanne. May I have a definition for girls can too?
Do 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 do.
May I have another statement?
No. Get ready to eat.
Pass. I see Sylvester over here. Sylvester Jr. Give me your name, rank, and serial number.
Name is Sil Alford II, Dallas, Texas. Here at greatest Alford family reunion there ever was.
From what city?
Dallas, Texas.
Thank you. In person. Give me a statement, Miss America. Dr. Wesley Simpson.
Thank you, Ellis. I have no statement other than I am just delighted to be with my family. I have looked at the guest book to try to determine how many generations of Alfords we have here. And when I have made that survey, I would like to record it again. Thank you for your time, and I'm just delighted to see you, the most handsome man I know, next to Alan.
Thank you very much, Miss Wesley Simpson. Mrs. Frankie Alford Christian. May I have a statement, please, for tomorrow? Tomorrow's a big day, I understand.
Yes, Alfred, I'm enjoying myself. I'm excited. The family reunion and the graduation exercises on tomorrow afternoon at 7:30. I'm going to receive my master's degree. Thank you.
And who's going to be on your side?
Ellis Alford should be.
Right on. Right on.
The family.
I don't think I've had the pleasure of Shirley. May I have a statement, please? Name, rank, place, and seal number.
My name is Shirley McKinnon, and I'm from Dallas.
Dallas, Texas?
Now, but originally from Pennsylvania.
And are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, I am, sir.
Why are you here?
A friend of Eileen and Steele's to enjoy their family reunion.
Thank you very kindly. Cousin, Violet's daughter, first and only, Emily Patterson Alford.
Right.
May I have a statement?
Oh, I'm just enjoying seeing you. Haven't seen you. I don't even remember the last time I saw you. I was so young.
It's been about 20 years.
Oh, I was about 4 years old.
4 years old?
Yep.
4 years old. Okay. What are you doing now?
I work for the library in Tulsa.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's right.
How long have you known Romeo Alford?
As long as I've known myself.
Are you impressed with his activity?
Definitely. Any Alfred, I'm impressed. You know that.
What is Dennis to you?
Dennis is my husband.
Then Dennis, you have to finish in high school.
Oh, I went to college, Central State University, Ohio.
Did you get that paper?
Right on.
In what field?
Political science.
Thank you very kindly.
You're welcome.
Mr. Simpson, do you remember that Packard?
Man, if you come up here with that pack.
This is my dad, Mr. George Alford. May I have a statement, please? On top of the hill is Romeo the Great.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
May I have a statement, please?
Well, we're fixing to eat.
Yeah, you've never seen me miss an opportunity to talk. My only trouble is trying to find someone who will listen. I think they won't listen because usually I don't have anything to say, but this is going to stack up real nicely. The sun's coming out. We're overlooking the lake here, standing here on this, corridor, perhaps. I don't know what they call it, but...
Remember, you're on live TV,
All right.
Channel 13.
All right, that's
Go
good.
ahead on.
Okay, good. So I think it's going to be eventful. After I eat, I'm going to change clothes and might even take a bath.
In the lake?
No, I'm not that brave yet. But, Brother George, you want to say anything here?
Yeah, no, I think you done said enough for all of
I
us.
said enough for both of us. Well, if not, I can talk some more. But I'm going in now and have a little food, and
Okay.
after that, I'll catch you later.
Okay, Mr. Romeo Alford, I'll get back to you.
Thank you.
Here's a young lady, Annette Alford. May I have a statement?
Oh, Dustin, I ain't got nothing to say right now. I'm just to eat.
I called you Gloria. You corrected me. Why'd you do that?
Because my name is Annette.
This is Saturday, July the 26th, a birthday of somebody around this table. And I'd like to have a statement from the person that birthed this person, July the 26th, 1932 at 8 o'clock p.m. Miss Bernice Alford. May I have a statement? My mother.
This is Ellis Alford, my son, who was born July the 26th at 8 o'clock, 1932, on Sunday evening. George Alford's second son, Ellis Alford.
Thank you. Uncle Edgar, I think you're the master of ceremonies. At least you should be. Uncle M.H., I just left two days ago. He just blasted 2 guys. And I want to hear a statement from you and give me a cigar.
What?
Name, rank, and serial number.
Rank and serial number.
What city you from, Edgar?
Omaha, Nebraska.
How long have you lived in Omaha, Nebraska?
Since 1921.
Since 1921. When did you come to the state of Nebraska?
To Nebraska.
When did you come to the state of Nebraska?
1921.
From where?
From Oklahoma.
From Oklahoma.
Wewoka, Oklahoma.
Wewoka, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
When did you come from the place prior to Wewoka, Oklahoma?
I was 3 years old. I think it was 1901 or 2 in the Indian Territory then. That's what it was. It was Indian Territory.
Indian Territory.
Yeah.
Was it Louisiana or Mississippi you came from?
I came from Mississippi.
Mississippi. Do you remember the little town? The little place in Mississippi?
Maben is all I can remember. Maben, Mississippi.
What did Matt tell you boys when you got ready to come from Mississippi to Oklahoma? What did Matt, your father?
I'll forget now. You've taken us. I forget.
3 years old.
Yeah. Anyway, he's taking home his be men. He said, I don't know.
Did you remember seeing your grandfather?
Yeah. I know my grandfather.
What was his name?
Saul. Call him Sam.
Saul.
Yeah. Saul Alford.
Saul Alford.
Yeah.
Did you go back to Mississippi?
Never been back since.
Never. Did you ever see Saul after that?
No, I didn't. He died not long after then, about a year or so.
Uncle Fate. What is Uncle Fate to you?
That's my uncle. That's my father's brother.
How do you distinguish between a Coffee and an Alford?
But they're the same people.
Same people.
Same people. Yeah.
Right.
Just
right.
People.
That's right.
People raised the Coffee. Coffee's are Alfred. They're just raised different.
Okay.
Different people raised them. They all.
Which is the oldest? You or Uncle M.H.?
M.H.
M.H. is the oldest?
Yeah, 2 years.
Okay. Uncle M.H. live in Paris, California.
Right.
When last have you seen M.H. Alford?
I haven't seen him in about 6 years, I guess.
Why do you live in the state of Nebraska when all of your family is in the state of Oklahoma?
I just like Nebraska. I went there to live. Went there on a trip to visit a brother who was living there at the time, and I liked it, and I've been there ever since.
What is your profession or career?
Plumber.
Plumber. How many brothers do you have in the plumbing field?
Just one. He's passed now. He was in.
Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who's giving you this interview live on Channel 13?
This is can't call his name now, but he's a nephew.
Isn't he sitting behind the interviewer? His name?
His mother.
His mother? George? George Alford
Jr.
Yes, Jr.
Yeah.
From where? Where's George from?
California.
From California?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any other thing that you'd like to tell the whole group in this wonderful, beautiful family reunion.
It's just amazing. It's just something that I don't have words for. I wouldn't know how to explain it. I wouldn't know how many people. I mean, there's kids here that I thought was little boys or old men now that I've just forgot them. Been so long since I've been around any of them.
Who is the most impressed person here at the reunion?
I don't know. Just all of them the same, I guess.
Thank you, sir. My sister, Birdie Mae the Great, getting that paper next May. Birdie Mae, make a statement.
It's good to get together at a family reunion. That's all.
Why? Why is it? Why? Edgar said we're eating beans. What kind of beans? There's all kind of beans. What kind of bean are we eating?
Black-eyed peas.
Oh, there's a difference between peas and beans. Okay. Okay, Uncle Edgar want to talk some more. He said there were beans. How many sisters and brothers do you have alive living?
I have 2 sisters.
Give me their names.
Minnie, Thelma. My brothers, M.H., Claude, M.H., Major, Robert. That's them.
Can you give me the city, the state which each one of your brothers and sisters live, for the record?
My sister Thelma, it was in
Palo Alto, California.
Yeah, California. And my sister Minnie lives in
Fresno,
Arizona. California.
Oh, Stockton, California. Correction by George Alford.
Yeah,
Stockton, California. He's right.
Yeah, Stockton, California.
He was there last summer.
Yeah. That's all of them.
Where is Uncle M.H.?
M.H.
Claude. Robert.
Robert. I don't know where he's at.
Okay. Thank you again. You have a statement. What's your name?
Ray Alford.
Where are you from, Ray?
Wewoka.
Why? Why are you from Wewoka?
Because my father moved there.
Because your father moved there?
Yes.
What's your mother's name?
Lynn Alford.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
7.
You have 7? What's your grandfather's name?
George Alford.
What's your grandmother's name?
I don't know.
Where does she live? Your grandmother?
Oklahoma City.
You're going to find out her name, right?
Yeah.
How soon are you going to find out her name?
I don't know.
You're going to find out her name right now. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go over and find out. You're live right now. You got to know your grandmother's name. Okay, that's your grandmother right here, Ray. Ask her name.
What's your name, Grandma? Bernice Alford. Bernice Alford.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I forgot. Here's the man from Ardmore. He just got a job for I think he told me Texaco. Texaco, yes, that's a pretty good memory, I might.
Yeah,
Give me
that's
a
right.
statement. Give me a statement, Mike.
I just want to say hello to all the people here, and want to introduce you to a couple of my cousins. My brother here. This is Romeo Jr. from Sapulpa. He'll be starting school at Langston in the fall. This is James Wesley Simpson.
Just James Wesley Simpson first. Definitely not last. Now, since I have the microphone, would you like to have a few statements, please?
Yeah.
I'll hold the microphone.
Yes. Oh, okay. Okay. Mr. Simpson. As you can see, in back of you, there's a rainbow. There's a rainbow.
There's a rainbow on Lake Eufaula.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Now, as you can see the rainbow, what else can you see? We can see the trees.
I see water.
Beautiful day.
I see hills.
Most unusual occasion.
I see clouds.
I see Mother Nature.
And I see that I have a dream.
Okay. Thank you, Simpson.
Oh yeah.
Where's your badge?
My badge.
Like the one Mike is wearing. Get one.
Oh, I don't have one. Okay.
More pictures made from it and distributed in the Alford family. For those who desire to have one of the great-grandfather's picture in the beginning of the Alford family, which began some several decades ago in the state of Mississippi as a slave owner and beginning of the name Alford. And we will find many named Major Alford many times down through the Alford family and through the generation of the Alford generation. Many names similar in the family that's familiar with us, to us, such as Major Alford and Solomon Alford. I think we have some of the name of Solomon Alford. And other names that's been used down through the family.
Wesley?
Wesley Alford. And these names have been kept as the family namesakes down through the generations. More than that, we have other names. We only have 3 brothers of the Alford family, that is, the brothers of Solomon Alford. We only have Bill Alford, the picture of Bill Alford, and the picture of Major Alford. Then we have the picture of Solomon Alford, which is the grandfather of this generation that we're speaking of today. We have also some other Alfords that names have been used in the name of the Alford, like Bill Alford. I think we have a couple of Bill Alfords. And also we have the grandson of Solomon Alford, which is named Bill Alford. Bill Alford, again, Solomon's brother, Bill Alford. So we have a start of Bill Alfords in the family. And also we have some other names of Alfords that we haven't researched to bring up to date, that we'll bring them up in a later date after we distribute the pictures of these Alfords that we have now. So we hope to have a family reunion each year. We hope to create a better relationship in the Alford family and continue each year to grow and add to the family reunion.
Okay, thank you very much. Date? All right, can you tell me about when you come into California?
I'll be coming to California in September. Just the date, I haven't set the date yet. I'm supposed to be there in September, and I'm sure it'll be along the middle of last of September.
Thank you very much. Give me your name.
Erica Avon Alford.
What is your father's name?
Seal.
How old are you?
3.
What you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You want to talk about playing?
Yeah.
Where are you from? What city? What city are you from?
Texas.
Are you having a good time?
Yeah.
You want to continue to talk?
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk. Say what you want to say.
Okay.
So now, and this is 75, so it takes 7 years to that.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi there, folks in TV land. It's Lynn
Got to get it.
at the Alford Family Reunion.
Look who's singing. Miss Wesley Simpson's daughter. How about that? You want to talk some more?
And you come down to the house and be around down there.
Can you sing a song? Yeah. Sing a song.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb, a single white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went, everywhere that Mary went, a single white as snow.
This is Saturday night, July 26, 1975. We are in the presence of Arrowhead Lake down at Eufaula, Oklahoma. And we're sitting in the presence of some distinguished guests. Mr. Simpson, Alan Simpson. When he came to Langston, I think he had money galore and no overcoat. My wife is sitting over to my right, Ruth Alford. She's writing something. I guess she's gonna put me on tape or something. And this is Mr. and Mrs. Alford over here, better known as Mr. Romeo, the Romeo the man. And now I'll turn it over to Romeo to talk until his heart falls a break.
Okay, thank you very much. I said earlier, I always enjoy talking. My trouble is trying to find someone who will listen to me, and in these days and times, it's pretty good. In the preparatory or introductory remarks, they've mentioned that I'm sitting to my left is my brother-in-law, Brother Alan Simpson, and on my right is my darling wife and best friend and sidekick and sometimes most bitter enemy. But we got here really in a rush, had the most difficult time finding the place, and after about 3 hours we were finally organized and we moved in. And I've eaten once, and we got some that good black Angus beef out there ready to go. We hope you cats from across the country will try some of this black Angus and pass the word on, because the price of cattle are really cheap. You see, we do need some help. Now, Alan, in talking with you earlier, I see you left the drugs over there for me. I'm gonna carry you up to my quarters after a bit, and let's try some good bourbon.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sounds
But
like
and if we don't hurt him get up there, I think we're gonna start drinking that vodka. Well, do you think everybody now is, in spite of the tragedy and so forth, they're pretty well organized and about ready to kind of realize?
I'm going to take the mic.
All right, all yours.
First thing I want to say, brother-in-law, is don't talk about vodka, because I'm a black Russian. That's the home drink. But you can't tell vodka from that white lightning you used to drink right down there on that North Canadian River.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
There's one thing I do want to know. You're talking about this black Angus that you have out here. Is it one of yours?
Yeah.
That's one of yours?
Yeah, we've got one of those big...
Did you raise it on the Sapulpa spread or on the Walika spread?
No, the Sapulpa spread, where we had... we fertilized the pasture a little bit. And it should be pretty good meat. We got one of those, what they call the chunk roast. Now, I don't have to tell you what part of the cow that comes from. But anyway, it's getting close to the last part to pass the gate.
Well, that's the kind of parts we all like.
And that's supposed to be a pretty good meat. It's enough fat in it as the grease drips down. I could hear it frying as I was coming in.
Well, I wanted to say one thing tonight, because I'm in the presence of a couple of my favorite relatives, and that's not the easiest thing to say when you're around. I better not put that on tape. I was getting ready to tease these Alfords. But I'm with the guy who was the best man at my wedding here tonight, and this is a special occasion for him, and I think we'll talk more about that later. And also with the brother-in-law who has been one of my drinking buddies down through the years. And I just want to say to both of you, I think that the Alford family is honored to have you as members. And certainly I feel that it's a privilege to have been taken into a family of this stature.
I tell you, I think you'd better stop. Because, not that I don't appreciate you saying that, but you're going to bring tears in my eyes, and I know you don't want that. But I wouldn't. I appreciate it. I wouldn't argue with you, and I don't think Ellis will either. So for that, I'm going to buy an extra fifth when we meet again. I appreciate it. Okay. So it's stacking up. I understand from the program they, to honor me tonight, but that is the least importance. It's just worth everything in the world to be here and fraternize and handshake and exchange ideas with so many fine people. I don't say that particularly because they are Alfords. If they were Joneses, I think some of them would still be all right. You see,
but Dad.
Oh yes. My wife is not very much of a public talker. She does all her talking in the bathroom at home. And if I didn't ask her to say something on this tape, she'd probably, when we got back to Sapulpa and she got ready for her bathroom lecture, she would probably mention it. But publicly, she always has very clean and very eloquent, and sometimes even scholarly thoughts. Say a word.
I'm very pleased to be here to see Ellis and all the other people that I have not seen. And as he said, I'm not a talker, so he has said more than enough for both of us.
Okay, thank you very much. And now I guess we're going to close. Junior, come on here. Come on here, Junior. And it shouldn't be any secret. There shouldn't be any secret to anybody who's listening to this tape. It's by the time I got ready to introduce my youngest son, who incidentally leaves me this year. He's just graduated from high school, and much to his surprise and to my surprise, he was chosen athlete of the year. That carried along with it, among the goodies, a $350 cash gift that he may use at any college or university. So with that, I will now introduce to some of you and present to some more of you, perhaps, my youngest son, Romeo Jr. Okay, come on in, Romeo.
Go.
What are you going to say, man?
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just finna go.
All right, so that's, you can see he's a chip off of the old block. And now we had just a few changes. To my left now is Mrs. Alford, a lady that I only met about an hour ago. And it seems like I have known her for literally months. I know she'd have to be a very kind lady, if not a very Christian and generous lady, to put up with my nephew. So I just automatically respect her for that. So, Mrs. Alford, what's your first name again?
Ruth.
You don't mind if I call you Ruth, do you?
Not at all.
You've read the story of Ruth and Naomi in the Bible.
Know it very well.
Is that right? And that's the reason why when she said go to that distant land and follow your man. Is that why you're here?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, isn't that great? Well, why don't you say a word?
Well, I've enjoyed everything. And Ellis is such a nice person to be married to. We'll soon be married 11 years, and it seems like it was yesterday. We've had just that much fun together. So I've enjoyed the whole family, and most especially Ellis.
Oh, thank you. Now, this young man over here to my left, I've been, like I say, I got here late, running, disgusted, couldn't get in my room, ran over a lot of people, and I really didn't get a chance to let them know really me. I'm a real nice guy at heart, don't run over anybody. And I never did get a chance to say I'm Romeo and ask you your name. Now, tell us about it, will you please?
My name is Larry McKinnon.
You're Larry McKinnon.
Larry McKinnon, yes.
All right, now may I ask, just for the record, What is your connection here? How does it come about?
Okay, Romeo, I'm not a member of the family. I'm a very good friend of Seal Alford Jr., okay? He and I met in Dallas. I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania originally, and my wife and I moved here around 7 months ago, and we met Seal and Eileen, and we developed some rapport to the extent that I was very glad that I was invited to this family reunion today.
Well, that's great. I'm real tickled. And, you know, that's the other nephew. You know, he has the same relationship to me as this young man here. Two brothers, boys, Sylvester Jr. and I am and his father is George. So those are two first cousins, and both of them are my nephews. I'm in spite of the fact that I'm past 50, I am the youngest Alford boy. Yeah. In spite of the fact that I'm past 50, when they speak of the baby boy, they are talking about me. And you are from Harrisburg.
From Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, yes, sir.
Well, now, what about this good-looking lady here?
Well, that good-looking lady over there...
Does that happen to be your wife?
That does just so happen to be my wife.
You know, she's been winking eyes at me all day. And the thing about it, I was getting ready to start winking back, but now that... I've met you, and you're such a wonderful man... Even though I have magnetic charm as far as women, because I'm going to give you a break. I'm not going to say anything to you.
May I say one thing?
Yes.
Okay. I recognize you do seem to have a certain type of charisma that makes people somewhat being attracted to you. Okay. Since my wife and I have been here, personally, without going into a long dissertation, it's very good to see a black family who has reunions and get together, and everyone gets together very, very well. My people, myself, my family, we have a reunion once every 3 years, and I guess I'm sorry to say that the cohesiveness does not exist there that does here, and I'm proud to see this type of situation exist.
Well, you couldn't have said anything that would have pleased me better. And you also used the word black, and I like that very much because my interest in black history and black culture spreads back for many, many years. And if there's anything that will save us and let us go and take our rightful places in society, it's going to have to be family cohesion. Okay. And, you know, if I had talked with you a little bit more, I'd start talking about credentials, but I don't think I need to ask you about your credentials and try to get over to you that I'm a Phi Beta Kappa, but from what you've said, you belong on first page in the Phi Beta Kappa Society. It's okay. All right. Now, good looking, you've been winking your eyes at me all night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she caught my eye when I went in there and asked for some peach cobbler. And she was so generous, she'd take out a spoon and keep piling on. She says, "Is that enough?" I said, "Oh, my God, that's already too much." She says, "Well, you can certainly have some more." And I just wondered why you wanted to be so kind to me.
Because I think you are a very sweet person.
Oh, my God.
I took to you, I guess, because of your personality.
Well, thank you very much.
You're very sweet.
And I told you, so I better say this on record, when I asked you who you were, and then you immediately told me, "Oh, I'm not an Alford." And then I whispered to you, what did I tell you?
Should I repeat?
No. Well, just for the record now. So we won't have any black eyes in the morning.
Oh,
I wanted to call her Cousin Susie, you see. And she said, "Oh, no. Oh, I'm not an Alford." And I said to her, and I'll say it again publicly, you're too good looking to be an Alford woman.
And I said thank you. But you have some very beautiful Alford women.
But now that I know you and I met your Kind of like that guy, too.
Yeah, I like him.
Oh, well, good. Well, it's two of us. Your husband, and then to know that you're a friend of Sil Jr. and Eileen, it's perhaps would again bring in more cohesion. So I'm very happy to have met you.
Okay, and I hope this...
Pardon me.
I hope this isn't the last time.
That's for sure, because I'm coming to Dallas.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye now. Okay, nephew, I think we should have filled up your tape. And God's best speed to you, Ruth, and to you, Ellis. And whenever they quit having those earthquakes and the price of cows go up, I'm coming to California. Bye-bye.
Let's say happy birthday to Romeo next time. Bye-bye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Happy birthday to you. Now for a closing statement, I would like to say that I appreciate the talk show that my great uncle Romeo, and I'd like to say this for the record, that if it hadn't been for Romeo, I never would have gotten through high school. Every suit that he had are ready to be thrown in the trash can. He passed them on to his only nephew that was really struggling. And from that, I've worked myself all the way up to an executive director for a possibility of serving as an NEA UniServe director in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the school which Romeo is teaching. And one of the person that interviewed me in Los Angeles, California, was one of his colleagues. And I was very much impressed with the panel that talked so much about Romeo and Pat and Violet and so forth in Tulsa. And the closing statement is with his beautiful wife. She's been doing such a tremendous job with the hard work and putting up with my uncle. I know she is dynamite.